To create a new project folder and document, click on this button, Purchase Document for a new project. It warns you now there's no need to create a new project folder more than once. Once the project folder is created, you can use these project details for any document suite. Project folders are common across document suites. Click OK to set up a new project folder, or click Cancel if you have previously created a folder for this project. What they're saying here is that there's no need to create another project, even though you possibly created a project in one of the other suites, for example in JBCC. So once the project has been created across suites, it's not needed to create a new folder. Click OK, and it is now going to ask us for what is the name of this particular folder that we want to create. We refer to this as the mandatory details for this project. So it is important that the name of this project is exact, as you do not have an opportunity to change this at a later stage. All other fields are open for you to edit at a later point, but these two, specifically the project name, cannot be changed, as this is going to be auto-marked onto the document. It's new office block as an example. Let's give it a code 055. We do not need to set up project administrators at this point. That is more for power users, where they, in the larger corporates, where they wish to allocate different people to have access to the management of this particular project folder. At this point, all we're going to do is click Save, and you should then get a successful message. This project has been processed successfully. You can now capture additional information against your project or leave it in for later. So click OK. At this point, you can ask yourself the question, is this a once-off project? If that is the case, there is no point in populating these details. However, if you are going to be creating multiple documents across or within this project, across suites, it is recommended and suggested that these details are populated. The benefit being that these details are populated once and are stored in a database for future use across any document, across any suite. Let's assume this is a one-off document and we don't wish to slow the process down by populating details. Then in that case, we're going to bypass this process of populating the data, and we're going to go straight into the actual document folders, and we will then look within our folders with proxip project documents, and the latest folder that we have just created will be shown on top, sorted by date order. The current at the top of the list, there is the project reference, the date and time of the creation of this folder. What we will then do is click Open the folder. So we're now viewing the documents that exist. Obviously there are no documents because we have just created the folder, and the next step in the process is now to create a document within this folder. So this is the folder, new office block, create new document, and a screen will appear asking you now to select the document that you wish to create. You'll notice that only as far as proxy is concerned, the latest editions are available. So in this case 3.1, we're going to create, let's assume, a quantity surveyor document. Select the document you wish to create. From the list, drop down, click Create New Document. A white screen will appear, and the front page associated to that document will now open, and all that we will need to be doing is populating the blank fields. It won't allow us to proceed unless we populate who is the client, who is the consultant. We can change the date if we desire, and the reference code has been set, although it does allow you, if you want to now say QS so that you can be more specific. That field can also be changed at this point. So if you wish at this point to change new office block extension, you still have the opportunity at the time of creation, is the last opportunity to change the name of the document. Once I click save, you have no longer the opportunity to correct that project name. Let's give it a name of client. We can call it Mr. Client, Mr. Consultant. If you don't populate these fields, it will not allow you to go any further. So you have to have these fields. These 5 fields must be populated. And once you have done that, you will, right at the bottom, click Save Document. Wait for the successful message. Document has been processed successfully. Click OK. And that document has now been added into the folder. You can then see the project reference, the name, who it was created by, the edition, the date. Is it editable? What is the revision number? So each and every revision of this document is going to be stored. The very first one, we are now on revision 1. And once we decide to close this document off, we will finalize it. That is the icon we are going to click to view or edit. So once you're ready, you will click that icon alongside the document. Please note that documents may take a while to load. This document will be opened in a new window which will be blank while the document is being loaded. Click proceed. Please wait while the document loads. Give it that extra half a minute or so, dependent on your internet speed. In some cases it can take as long as 2 or 3 minutes, so please be patient. On completion, it will then pop up a screen. Click here to open the PDF document, and we then click on the hyperlink for the document to open. A grey screen will then appear. The document will open. In this case it's 1.5 megabytes in size, and we're now within the Adobe Acrobat document itself. At this point, scroll through, you'll notice the fields have been populated. It does allow you to change the date at this point, but the other fields are now locked on the front page. You will notice that a watermark has been populated across each page, and then you're free to scroll through, use the Adobe features, and editable fields will be blue. So each of the editable fields will be blue, where you can type in whatever information you wish to add. Scroll through to the section of the document that requires further information. Type in the information, physical address, whatever you wish to feed. Type in. You would need to go through each of the different fields, and if you wish, you can strike out a particular service, either with X's or however you choose to do it. If you wish to amend, you can add additional services or add additional deliverables. And once completing has been finished, at the bottom of the page of the document and at the top of the document is a button here to say click here to save this document online. That now saves this document into the cloud, and it will now prompt you if you wish to collaborate. Let's assume at this point we're not collaborating. So if you're not collaborating, close this window. Do you wish to close? Yes. And it will take you back to the folder of this project. It may take a minute or two, so please be patient, and you will now notice that the revision is now revision number 2 of that particular document. It is recommended that before populating the full document in its entirety, that you populate 1 or 2 fields, then save the document, see that the document is accepting the changes, so that you avoid the possibility of spending 2 hours completing the fields and then find you have an internet browser problem, compatibility issue. We do have a test folder with a test document that is free of charge, where you can create and populate to make sure that your browser is compatible with the system. We find Internet Explorer and Chrome are the two browsers that work best. At this stage, I am using Internet Explorer, which seems to be working without any problems. Once you have completed and you now wish to go back, return back to the document home suite or home page.